You finally reach that moment you've been working toward for so long. You open your account and see $10,000 sitting there, and for a second, it feels powerful. You remember all the sacrifices, the times you said no, the things you didn't buy, the discipline you forced yourself into. There's pride in that moment, a quiet satisfaction that you actually did something most people never do. But then reality slowly starts creeping in. You check the interest you're earning and it's almost nothing. Maybe $100, maybe a little more, but definitely not enough to feel meaningful. That's when confusion hits. You start thinking, wait, if this is how slow it grows, how long will it take me to reach $100,000? And the answer scares you. Decades. That's when frustration begins to build. At the same time, you see people online claiming they hit $100,000 in just a few years, and it makes you question everything. Are they lying? Or are you missing something important? The truth is, you're not wrong, but you're also not playing the right game yet. Saving your first $10,000 was about discipline, but getting to $100,000 is about strategy. Your money alone isn't strong enough to grow fast, and if you don't change your approach, you'll stay stuck in this middle phase for years without even realizing it. This is the point where you either evolve your mindset or waste a huge part of your life moving slowly without direction. But what exactly is the system that allows some people to escape this slow path while others stay stuck for years? Here's where things start to become clear. Reaching $100,000 isn't about doing one thing better. It's about combining multiple forces at the same time. Most people focus on only saving, thinking that alone will take them forward, but that's only one part of the system. The reality is, there are three engines that need to run together if you want real speed. The first one is aggressive saving. Saving small amounts might feel comfortable, but it won't create momentum. When you push yourself to save 20 to 30% of your income, everything starts to change. It feels uncomfortable at first, but that discomfort creates results. The second engine is smart investing. Keeping money in a safe place feels good emotionally, but financially it slowly works against you. Inflation eats away at your value while you think you're protecting it. That's why your money needs to be placed where it can actually grow and multiply over time. The third and most powerful engine is income growth. This is where most people stay stuck, because they accept their current income is fixed. But the moment your income increases, your entire journey speeds up. When you combine saving, investing, and income growth together, you move from being stuck to building momentum. Suddenly, progress doesn't feel slow anymore, it feels controlled. But even when people understand this, they still make mistakes that quietly destroy their progress. So what are the hidden mistakes that can slow you down even when you think you're doing everything right? This is where many people unknowingly sabotage themselves. After saving their first $10,000, they finally decide to invest, but their decisions are driven more by emotion than logic. The first mistake is playing too safe. They keep their money in cash because they're afraid of losing it. And while that fear is understandable, it slowly works against them. Over time, inflation reduces the value of their money, and they don't even notice it happening. The second mistake is chasing quick wins. They see trends, hype, and success stories online, and they jump in hoping to get fast results. It feels exciting in the moment, but it's not a real strategy. It's closer to gambling than investing, and most of the time it leads to losses or inconsistency. The third mistake is being too conservative. They choose options that feel safe but don't offer enough growth, especially when they still have time on their side. The real path is not about excitement. It's about consistency. It's about removing emotions from decisions and focusing on long-term growth. The people who succeed are not the ones who chase trends, but the ones who stay disciplined even when it feels boring. But even with the right investment approach, one factor still controls how fast you grow. Because no matter how smart your investments are, your speed will always depend on one thing: your income. One of the biggest beliefs that holds people back is the idea that their income cannot change. They convince themselves that what they earn today is what they will always earn, and that belief quietly limits their future. But the truth is, income is one of the most flexible parts of your financial journey if you decide to take control of it. Changing jobs strategically can significantly increase your earnings, often much faster than waiting for small raises. At the same time, building valuable skills can completely shift your position in the market. When your value increases, your income naturally follows. Then comes the most controllable factor: side income. This is where you take full control because it doesn't depend on your employer. Even a small additional income, if used correctly, can create a huge difference over time. The problem is not that people don't have opportunities. The problem is that they don't take action consistently. They wait, they delay, and they stay comfortable. But if nothing changes, the future will look exactly the same as the present. So the real question becomes whether you're willing to act now for a better future later. Because at this level, your results are directly connected to your decisions. But even with the right actions, there's still one challenge that can break everything. Because the biggest battle you'll face on this journey is not financial, it's mental. This is where the real challenge begins. You understand the strategy, you know what needs to be done, but staying consistent for years is a completely different game. At some point, you will feel tempted to slow down. When you reach a certain level, maybe $20,000 or $30,000, it starts to feel like you've done enough. You'll want to relax, reward yourself, and ease the pressure. This is where most people lose momentum without realizing it. Then comes comparison. You'll see others moving faster, achieving more, and it will make you question your own progress. But what you don't see is their full journey, their advantages, or the risks they took. Your path is different, and it requires focus. Then comes fear, especially when things don't go perfectly. Markets drop, progress slows, and doubt starts to grow. This is the moment that defines everything. The people who succeed are not the ones who avoid these moments, but the ones who push through them. And here's the truth most people don't realize. Reaching $100,000 will not magically solve all your problems. But the discipline, habits, and mindset you build along the way will change your entire life. Because once you learn how to build wealth, you can repeat it again and again. That's the real power. You already proved you can reach $10,000. Now the only question is, will you stop here or push forward and completely transform your future?